here for you. Now, going back to our subject, during these difficult times, we've had a lot of specialists that advised us that since we are in lockdown, it would be a great time to invest in ourselves by learning new skills and gaining knowledge. Now, it looks like the industry needs professionals who recently graduated, and I'm saying this from the perspective that they can provide innovative ideas and a fresh point of view by being recent graduates. However, from my observations, this pandemic has made these type of people wanting to study this field have self-doubts or doubts about the industry at all in choosing hospitality. How soon do you think hotels are going to fully recover, and what opportunities are going to exist for its current employees and the future professionals, current students who are about to graduate?
It is a very difficult question, but one thing I can say is that the labor market is already, there is many markets are experiencing shortage of labor. Yeah, so there are more jobs available. And today I was having a breakfast with a board member of Intercontinental here. He was saying that it is difficult to find people. So there are jobs. Yeah.
I understand.
And the demand will increase as people start to travel, and demand will increase. And again, maybe city hotels are slower to recover, but if you have been watching ProTV or Antena Uno or whatever, they are talking, hoteliers on Black Sea coast are saying they are expecting a phenomenal year, right?
Yes, exactly. Especially nowadays with everybody being stuck in their homes and wanting to travel. But at the same time, I think that a lot of people, when they think about traveling, they think about holidays. But obviously there is this side of business traveling. And I think that you are more accustomed to it because you fly all across the world very often. And I think that as well, business people who need to be from one place to another, they are looking forward to have this hospitality world reopening so they can have as well more opportunities as well, right?
So far, even in my circle of people, there's not much traveling. But as soon as people start feeling it's okay to travel, then you look around and okay, so everybody's traveling, so I have to travel. So it's that's how it's going to happen. I think general consensus is that so the leisure goes first in terms of recovery, and then business travel. I think MICE and especially big meetings will be the last one. And I think we all realize that we don't really miss all those conferences.
True, but sometimes these networking events might be really fun. I mean, I've worked in a hotel, and I know that there was this great energy about events in a hotel. And even though people might have felt not necessarily annoyed, but grumpy at the beginning, then they were getting along, and overall they were having a good time. Especially
social bit is always fun, right?
Yes.
It's the conference bit that is not fun.
Exactly. Well, speaking of traveling, I think you are actually right, because everybody is just waiting for this boom to go out in the world, and once you see people traveling, you want it yourself as well. Now, what also gave me a really nice insight and a glimpse of hope was that our students from American Hotel Academy some of them are actually abroad in their internships at the moment.
Yeah.
And this really made me realize that people started traveling, and hotels are recovering, especially since there are as well all these opportunities that you were telling me about. And I'm glad that people are as excited as myself to travel again and to stay in hotels and go back to their holidays. Now, from your research, you've mentioned that whenever an area has something to lose in terms of occupancy, when speaking of hotels, some areas might gain occupancy. But worldwide, from your perspective, because you have a better overview of the industry from this point, what areas of the world are coming back stronger in terms of hotel stays, and which ones are still struggling at the time being? Do you think it's something related to the lockdown, or do you think it's something
It's all
related
about the lockdown and the vaccination, and so it's a mobility basically. So Asia has come back strongly,